Hi gang, Marion here again for day 5. Today we are talking about a Chenin Blanc. This one is called, let me see if I can get it out of the shadow there. It's called Shadow Dance. This is from South Africa. Now if you've never had a South African Chenin Blanc, I highly recommend. They are a fantastic white wine. Now South Africa is a very interesting wine growing region. So up until about 20 years ago, South Africa was not known for quality wines. You also couldn't really get them here. And the reason for that was during apartheid, they were cut off economically from the rest of the world. So you could really only get them in certain places, such as in places like Europe, because England had such a stake in that country. But fast forward to 20 years, in the last 20 years or so, the quality has really gone up, and winemakers have worked very hard to really bring back the art of viticulture in South Africa. In fact, since 1993, a lot of the original rootstock has been replanted because they wanted to just start fresh and start over from what they had. So what else is interesting about this area is they have very strict wine of origin rules. Now, what that means is if a wine says it's from a specific region or area in South Africa, 100% of those grapes have to be from there. This also goes for estate grown. If it has an estate on there, it must be 100% their grapes. They can't buy the grapes. They can't outsource them. It has to be from their estate. So let's talk about Shadow Dance. I have loved this wine. Let's go ahead. I've already poured a little bit. It's got a beautiful bouquet. Lots of fruit right up front. A lot of apple, like green apple. But you also get this little hint of like butterscotch, oak, maybe a little hint of ginger. And then like I said before, that green apple. Now let's go ahead and take a sip. Okay. This wine is so wonderful on your palate. Right up front, you get this nice smooth hit of green apple, but it has such a long finish and it has a changing finish. Now I will say that green apple lingers through the entire palate throughout the taste of this wine. Up front, you get like a spicy hint of green apple right at the center of the tongue. But then it dissolves into like this sour pucker green apple. But it's not overly powering. It's great. But then the finish lingers and you get like this hint of like, once again, sour green apple, but it's right behind the lips, like right at your teeth. And it causes this nice mouth-watering sensation. This would be a great wine, I think, with barbecue chicken pizza. That's what I think of when I drink this wine. But you could also do this with chicken or seafood. It can also be a appetizer wine. And remember, you want to go with those lighter cheeses. You don't want to go with like a brie because it's going to be too heavy to go with the wine, and the wine will be washed out. But this is also a great porch pounder, especially in the summertime. Sit on your porch out in the sun, got your big old sunglasses on, and just sip away at this. Perfect wine for that. Overall, I think this has been one of my favorite wines in this box. So if you look up wine Advent-ure on Google, you'll be able to go to the website if you don't have this Advent calendar. But remember, if you do, scan your QR code. It will take you right to the description. The video that they have for this wine and the description that they have for it is just so much fun, and it's just so great. So I highly recommend you go check it out. Also, once again, like I said, if you have not had a South African Chenin Blanc, definitely have one. Another place that has Chenin Blanc is in the Loire Valley of Bordeaux, so you can also try the French version as well. I highly recommend that you try them both. and compare them to each other, because both countries have a very different terroir from each other. The final thing I have to say is this is one of my favorite bottles of wine so far in this kit. I remember what I was going to tell you guys. Another great South African wine is called a Pinotage, and that's a red wine. That's another one that you should go find. I'm really hoping that in this box we have a Pinotage, but if not, definitely go find one. They're fantastic. So let's finish off the night with popping out our number 5. Together, and I just want to thank all of you for being here with me through this adventure. It's so much fun, and I cannot wait to continue to do every day. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Look at that little cute reindeer. So cute. Please leave them in the comments. Tell your friends to like and follow. I really want to build up my user base. And cheers to you all. Happy holidays. Thanks for joining me.